Hello, it is October 2nd. Made it to the month where I can officially say Steven comes back next month, which is really wonderful. I'm very happy about being able to say that. I mean, it's still, please go away. It's still a little ways away, and we don't have an exact date for when he'll come back yet, but at least that's something. I feel like this part of the deployment is a little bit extra hard, at least in my opinion. It's kind of like past the bulk of the time where he's gone, but it's like the time can't come fast enough. Last night, actually yesterday, I worked on my goals for my business a lot throughout the day, and that felt really good. And then I had planned on going over to my neighbor's house to have some burgers with them and kind of hang out and have a fun time. But for some reason, something just wasn't working very well in my head, and they had some like really sweet country music songs playing and stuff, and I was just having a hard time moving past the fact that I missed Steven so much. And I ended up not really being able to stay over there, and I ended up grabbing my food and coming back over here, and I was crying and ended up just going straight up to bed. It was pretty early and just didn't want to be in the light, and just kind of had it dark in here, and my whole body just felt like emotionally heavy and drained. Then I woke up this morning with a dream of, I'm trying to remember the details, but it was like Steven came back and then surprised me, and as soon as I saw him, I felt like my entire body kind of collapsing, because I feel like I've been holding up so much, holding up being strong, holding up taking care of things around the house, taking care of the dogs, taking care of myself, taking care of his stuff around here, and that's all fine. But in this dream, it was like as soon as I fell into his arms, I just felt my entire body just kind of collapse, and I was crying, and I was vocally crying, and I woke myself up. So I really think I'm kind of weighted down by that right now. I know he's having a bit of a hard time too, being not here, and also like last night, that neighbor and my neighbor, like they were out with their family and friends having a great time outside. That neighbor was out in their front yard having a really fun time with their kids and their family with like a bonfire. And then I knew next door they were like having a good time, and it's not that I don't want to have a good time, it's just kind of like, it just reminds me, I guess, of not having him here, and that's kind of hard. And he says he feels the same way too, which is why it's kind of hard for him to go see friends and hang out with their families and stuff when he doesn't have like me. And so I think we're both feeling similar, and just kind of weighted and heavy, and waiting for this time to go by and just be done. This week I worked on a lot of really good business goals, and that was good. I finished this top that I'm working on, a gift for Steven for a wedding gift. I'm not going to say what it is because I want it to be a surprise for him, but it was really fun to sew it with my neighbor, and we had a good time. Plan on getting my dress altered this week, which will be a good step forward, and I got to do a couple other things for like wedding gift stuff along the way. Yeah, it just felt like a funky weekend, just like emotionally, mentally. The church service this morning was really good. Steven and I had a rough conversation this morning, and it just kind of ended up me crying, and it wasn't good, and I was so frustrated and angry, and then I was church was really good for me, and then I was reminded of like the Bible verse that I actually have hang like sitting right there, which is love is patient, is kind, does not envy, does not boast, is not proud, does not dishonor others, is not self-seeking, is not easily angered, keeps no record of wrongs, does not delight in evil, rejoices with the truth, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, also always perseveres. Love never fails. That's 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. And it's just, a very typical scripture that people will read, but it's a really good reminder. Like, I got really frustrated with Steven this morning. I was not very happy with him and some stuff that had happened, so I know I was not as kind and as patient I probably could have been, so I sent a text and apologized about that. But still, it just doesn't feel good. I don't like going through that stuff when he's away, and it kind of sucks. So it's just feeling like deployment suckiness. But trying to concentrate on moving business stuff forward, and got a full week of work, and I lead the Stroller Warriors this week again in the workout. I've totally fallen off the wagon with working out the last couple of days. I've had, sorry if this is TMI again, but like had really terrible cramps, and just totally my whole body's just been like weak, and just been heavy crap. This is just is what it is. Let's see. I'd like to go get some like driftwood if I can, to start working on some more projects. I'm working on like a hanging right now, and that's what that piece is up there. That's the last piece of my desert collection. I think that'll be nice. Low motivation, definitely. Hopefully I'll get through this week at work without any drama. If I think of anything else, I'll make another video, but just wanted to make a note of it just being a little rough in the deployment. So that's it.